Yo, what's good? Today we're going to be going over the SpellShot, the Graveborn, and the Spore Warden, and we're going to go over their skills, their feats, and their weaknesses. So let's waste no time and get into it. Starting with the SpellShot, in their class feat, they have Spell Weaving. Casting a spell or reloading grants the Fate Maker a stack of Spell Weaving. Increasing spell damage, Spell Weaving stacks automatically decay after a few seconds. Casting a repeating spell has a chance to award additional spell weaving stacks with each repeating cast. With its first two feats, we got Polymorph. The Fate Maker turns an enemy into a skeep for a few seconds. If they are immune, the Fate Maker instantly casts a free spell on that enemy and gains 2 stacks of spell weaving. While Polymorph is active, the Fate Maker and their allies have a chance to cast a free spell after dealing gun damage to the polymorph target. This effect is guaranteed the first time the Fate Maker deals gun damage. After the Fate Maker casts a spell in this way, they gain a stack of spell weaving. In the second feat, Ambidextrous, the Fate Maker may equip a second spell in their inventory. Whenever the Fate Maker presses right bumper, they cast that spell. Now that's the best skill. That's the best thing in the game right there. I mean, at the top of the tree, we got Spell Sniper. Spell critical hit chance is increased. Then next we have Magic Bullets. A portion of all increases the Fate Maker receives to spell damage is also applied to their gun damage. Then next we have Prestidigitation. Reload speed is increased. Going down, we got Font of Mana. Spell cooldown rate and action skill cooldown rate are increased. We got Mage Armor. Whenever the Fate Maker gains a stack of spell weaving, a portion of their ward is restored. And just warming up. The Fate Maker gains increased fire rate for every stack of spell weaving. In the middle of the tree, we got Glass Cannon. The Fate Maker no longer automatically recharges their ward, but they gain drastically increased spell damage. Then we have High Thread Count. Max spell weaving stacks are increased. Imbued Weapon. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, their guns deal bonus damage of that spell's element for a duration. This effect stacks once for each spell equipped. And Warcaster. Kill skill. Whenever the Fate Maker kills an enemy, there is a chance their currently equipped gun will be instantly reloaded. This chance is increased per stack of spell weaving. Close to the bottom, we got Double Knot. Whenever the Fate Maker scores a critical hit with the spell, they deal bonus gun damage of their gun's element. Then 1 slot, 1 kill. The Fate Maker gains increased gun damage per stack of spell weaving. And for the SpellShot's capstone, we have Sever the Thread. Gun critical hits have a chance to instantly reset all spell cooldowns. This skill has a short cooldown. But overall, for the SpellShot, if you want to go crazy with gun damage and spell damage and just be a glass cannon, this is the build for you. Probably the best class in the game next to the Graveborn. Speaking of the Graveborn, here he is. With his class feat, Demi-Lich Companion, the Fate Maker is accompanied by a floating Demi-Lich Companion that targets enemies at range and deals dark magic damage. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, the Demi-Lich will cast Hellish Blast, creating a homing projectile of the spell's elemental type, dealing damage to nearby enemies on impact. Any increases to the Fate Maker's damage also apply to their companions. Very good. Probably the best companion in the game. With its 2 feats, we have Dire Sacrifice and Reaper of Bones. The Dire Sacrifice, the Fate Maker's sacrifices a portion of their health to deal dark magic ability damage and apply dark magic status effects to all nearby enemies. Dire Sacrifice deals bonus damage based on the amount of sacrificed health. And then Reaper of Bones. The Fate Maker is fully healed, gains increased leech efficiency, and deals bonus dark magic damage, but their health takes an ever increasing amount of damage per second. When the Fate Maker would die, they instead become invulnerable for a short duration and restores a portion of their health. When they are no longer invulnerable, Reaper of Bones ends. Action skill duration is based on current health percentage and cannot be modified by other sources. At the top of the tree, we got Mortal Vessel. Maximum health is increased. Dark magic efficiency is increased. We have Essence Drain. Kill skill, spell cooldown rate is increased for a duration. Then Faithful Thralls. The Fate Maker deals increased damage dealt for every companion they have. Companion respawn rate is increased. Next we got Harvest. Kill skill. Companions deal bonus dark magic damage for a duration. This effect can stack. Dark Pack. Dark magic damage is increased. Then we have Sanguine Sacrament. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, they regenerate health over a brief duration. Red Covenant. A portion of the damage taken by the Fate Maker is redirected to their Demi-Lich. The Fate Maker reaches 1 health, they immediately restore health, sacrificing the Demi-Lich. This skill has a long cooldown. 2 minutes. Exact. Stain of the Soul. Fate Maker spells deal bonus dark magic damage. Dark Hydra. Kill skill, chance to summon a Dark Hydra companion, dealing dark magic ability damage to nearby enemies for a duration. That just sounds fun. I don't know if that's practical, because the damage might be low, but that just sounds like a fun skill. Punishment. When the Demi-Lich casts Hellish Blast, there's a chance it will be cast again after a brief delay. Then Ascension. Kill skill. Maximum health and spell damage is increased for a long duration. This effect can stack. Lord of Edge. The Fate Maker gains increased damage dealt and damage reduction to lower their health. Last Gasp. Whenever the Fate Maker deals spell damage, there's a chance they will create an elemental explosion, dealing ability damage of the spell's elemental type to nearby enemies. Elemental explosion cannot critical hit. And for the capstone, Morpheum's Blessing. Casting a spell automatically activates all of the Fate Maker's kill skills. So overall, the Graveborn is it's a crazy class. With a lot of dark magic and health sacrificing, you're going to be playing on the edge the whole time, if you're using their feat. And for my first ever class I chose, so I may be a little biased when I say this is my favorite class in the game. I haven't used all classes, but so far, Spore Warden is so fun. I didn't think I'd like it that much because it's almost like a druid, but I've had a great time and I've done some big damage with it. So for the class feat, you have Mushroom Companion. Fate Maker is accompanied by a Mushroom Companion that targets nearby enemies poison damage. Pinging an enemy will cause the Mushroom Companion to lunge towards the target. Any increases the Fate Maker's damage also apply to their companions. The 2 feats, Barrage and Blizzard, starting with Barrage. The Fate Maker summons the Ethereal Bow, firing 7 arrows that deal ability damage on impact. Arrows ricochet twice between nearby enemies. Barrage has multiple charges and increases the gun damage applied to damage dealt by Barrage. And Blizzard. The Fate Maker creates 3 Frost Cyclones for a duration that seek out nearby enemies, dealing Frost ability damage over time. Alright, for the top of the tree, we got Bounty of the Hunt. Kill skill, action skill cooldown rate is increased for a brief duration. Next, we have Kindred Heart. Companion health is increased, companion damage is increased. Then Eagle Eye. Gun damage is increased, with gun handling also increased. Next, Bullseye. Gun critical hit chance is increased. Companion critical hit chance is increased. Then Spore Cloud. The Mushroom Companion will occasionally let one rip onto enemies and leave in a poison cloud that deal damage over time for a duration. Then we have Affinity. Ability damage is increased, so that'll be great for Blizzard. Next we have Quiver of Holding. Magazine size is increased. The Fate Maker's currently equipped weapon regenerates ammo over time. Then Medicinal Mushrooms. While the Fate Maker is in Save Your Life, your Mushroom Companion will attempt to revive them. If it does, they and their companion gain increased damage dealt for a duration. Next, Windrunner. Kill skill, movement speed, and fire rate is increased for a duration. This effect can stack. Called Shot. While aiming down sight, the Fate Maker gains increased gun damage and damage resistance for each second. Thrill of the Hunt. Gun critical hit grants increased companion damage for a duration. The effect can stack. Getting close to the bottom, we got Wrath of Nature. Whenever the Fate Maker deals ability damage to an enemy, the affected enemy takes increased damage from all sources for a duration. Then Headhunter. Gun damage dealt to critical hit areas is increased. And for the Spore Warden's capstone, Play the Angels. The Fate Maker's gun critical hit has a chance to ricochet, dealing reduced ability damage to a nearby enemy. Ricocheted shots have a small chance to ricochet an additional time. So overall, the Spore Warden is a great ability, gun damage, and movement build. And I've had a blast playing it. It's got to be my favorite in the game. Thank you for tuning in and checking out this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope I didn't go over stuff too fast. But anyways, if you want to see more of me, catch more videos up on YouTube soon. I'll be trying to upload a lot more Wonderlands and everything. I got some playthroughs coming through. And if you want to see those live, catch me on Twitch at king_squatch_. I try to stream 4 times a week. But thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.